Hey boys, I'm Musky. I used to do anime review. Yeah, that's my intro. Yeah, today I'm here to talk about Bleach. I'm a big fan of Bleach. In fact, we are going to talk about the first 109 episodes of Bleach in a few words that won't spoil the series for you. I thought this would be a fun way to spoil you guys, at the same time not. I have no idea how this works. Episode 109 is the final episode of the Bound arc, and if this receives a good response, I will make another one of the same thing. So let us begin. Episode 1, Ichigo actually becomes a Shinigami. Episode 2, Ichigo fights a weird spider-looking hollow. Episode 3, Orima's big brother is a simp. Wait, does that mean this series has incest in it? What? Episode 4, a bird is talking. Episode 5 gives a really high hope for Chad, which is met with disappointment sadly. Episode 6, Ichigo vs Ichigo. Episode 7, Ichigo vs Ichigo. Episode 8, we come to know that Ichigo is the reason why his mother died. Episode 9, Ichigo vs Grand Fisher. Episode 10 introduces the most boring character of the series. Episode 11 introduces a character that will be relevant in the second season of Bleach, which is currently going on. Episode 12, Chad continues to be a badass. Episode 13, Orihime has her own moments. Episode 14 introduces the concept of Grand Menace. Episode 15, Gon's Journey. Episode 16, Ichigo vs Renji. Episode 17, Ichigo loses his power to Byakuya, and also Rukia is going back to Soul Society. Episode 18, Ichigo trying to regain his powers. Before I continue, I do want to say this is a very common occurrence in this series where Ichigo loses his power and regains his power again. It happens in a total of 4 times I think in the series. I might be wrong, maybe it might be 3, but I just want to make that clear before anybody comes in the comments and says that's a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler because it's a very common occurrence with Ichigo. Episode 19 introduces the Hollow Mask. Episode 20, we actually get a look at the Soul Society. Episode 21, Ichigo, Chad, Orihime, Uryu, and Yoruichi all reach Soul Society. Episode 22, Boar Guy introduced. Episode 23, it is said that Rukia will be executed, and this also introduced one of the more busty looking characters of the series, and this Kukaku. Episode 24, Ichigo learns how to squeeze balls. Episode 25, Ichigo and his friends finally entered the Serete. Episode 26, the Boar Guy fights a pretty guy, and Ichigo fights the Johnny Sins of the series. Episode 27, Ichigo vs Johnny Sins. Trust me, you'll love it. Episode 28, Uryu moment. Episode 29, Kenpachi wants to fight Ichigo really badly. Episode 30, the dream match. Ichigo vs Renji. Episode 31, Ichigo vs Renji continues, and it gets even more intense. Episode 32, Renji's past. Episode 33, filler, and also as Don Kanoji, I find the most boring character of the series. Episode 34, Ichigo's hollow mask actually saves his life. Episode 35, Aizen is found dead. Episode 36, Ichigo and Kenpachi both come face to face together. Episode 37, the downfall of Chad. He really was a badass. Episode 38, Ichigo realizes he's pretty weak. Episode 39, one of the best battles in the whole series, especially in the manga. Love the art style. Episode 40, Boar Guy talks about Rukia, who was in front of his brother's corpse. Episode 41, Ichigo and Byakuya do have a little quarrel, but not really. It's more of a Yoruichi versus Byakuya. Episode 42, Byakuya can't catch Yoruichi. Episode 43, Mayuri versus Uryu. Episode 44, Uryu loses all his power. Told you, a recurring theme in this series. Episode 45, Ichigo begins his Bankai training. Episode 46, Momo's past. Episode 47, someone tricked Momo into believing that Toshiro killed Aizen. Episode 48, Gin vs Toshiro. Episode 49, Rukia's past. Episode 50, a stupid filler. Episode 51 is the day of Rukia's execution. Episode 52, Byakuya vs Renji, the Bankai edition. Episode 53, Tosen and Komamaru vs Kenpachi. Episode 54, oh trust me, this episode is so good. I can't get over how cool Ichigo was in this episode. Ichigo basically just manhandles everybody. Episode 55, a hell lot of battles begin. Ichigo vs Byakuya, Yoruichi vs Soifon, Yamamoto versus Shunsui and Ukitake as well. Episode 56, Yoruichi vs Soifon. One of the best female battles I've seen in any anime. Episode 57, Senbon Sakura has been released. Episode 58, Ichigo goes Bankai. Episode 59, Ichigo vs Byakuya ends in a very cliche yet stylish way. Episode 60, holy shit, Aizen was alive. Episode 61, Aizen stops Ichigo's music. Holy shit, this guy's too cool. Episode 62, Aizen basically manhandles everybody and gets the Hogyokyu. By the end of episode 63, even you guys will be like, oh, Aizen is such a cool villain. Episode 64 starts off with a bound arc, which is a filler arc, so you guys can skip that arc if you guys want. It's from 64 to 109. Episode 64, a few Soul Society members come to the real world, and Orihime also gets kidnapped. Episode 65, Ichigo, Uryu, Chad, Renji all have to play a game in order to find Orihime. Ichigo, Uryu, Renji all are stuck in a labyrinth. Episode 67, Bleach, Among Us edition. Episode 68, I'll tell this episode is pretty good for a filler episode because it tells us about mod souls, which the main series doesn't explain a lot about. For anybody who doesn't know what a mod soul is, it's basically what Con is. Episode 69, we finally get to the holy number and we also meet our first bound. I must say, for a filler arc, episode 70 was also pretty good because I really liked Yoshino as a character. I just felt that this whole arc was pretty long. Uryu and Yoshino had some really good chemistry in episode 71, I must say that. Episode 72, Ichigo and his friends fight a twin bound who can control water. Episode 73, Boreman helps Ichigo and the others win this fight. Wow, Boreman was actually helpful in this series? I didn't realize that. Episode 74, Yoshino is suicidal. That's what I came to know from this episode. Episode 75, Uryu goes in wrong hands. Episode 76, I'm surprised by the fact that Ichinose was such an interesting character with actually not much character development in this arc, really. One thing I'm realizing as I'm going through this arc is that there are a lot of interesting characters, but really, they are very underdeveloped. The only character whom I felt had some kind of development was Yoshino, which quite surprises me. Okay, episode 77 was bullshit because I don't think Sukaria is as strong as Ichigo even in his base form. I'll be honest, I seriously love Yoshino's character in this whole arc. She's such a good character. I'm just sad that she's not an actual Bleach character. She's a non-canon Bleach character. She does a great job even in this episode. I felt like every episode I have seen her in has always been something or the other, which makes me like her even more, honestly. Episode 79, of course, kill off the character that actually was carrying this arc. Sorry, but Yoshino is a really good character in this arc. Episode 80, a very boring episode. Episode 81, Renji basically is fighting these weird ass, I don't know what to call them. They're just like some weird ass caterpillar or something which are flying. I'm not sure. Episode 82, Ichigo basically fights the doll that Koga always has with him, and he goes hollow mode. And oh boy, I love Hollow Ichigo. Episode 83, more of a bound past episode. Episode 84, Rukia turns on everybody. Episode 85, for all the shippers of Bleach community, Orihime vs Rukia. Episode 86, I'm surprised that Rangiku does something other than showing her cleavage. Episode 87, the Bound's planning to invade Soul Society. Every single villain plot ever. Episode 88, all the lieutenants who had come to this world and were fighting Bounds are now trapped underground in the Bounds cave. Episode 90, again, I don't know how Ichigo, who was going head to head against a Byakuya who wasn't even using full power, while he wasn't using his Bankai, was getting manhandled by Kari out of all people. It's bullshit, I think so. And that's really pissing me off right now. Uryu finally got his powers back in episode 91, but it's a filler power, so obviously it'll go away, so don't expect it to be always with Uryu. Episode 92, yes, the Bound is a big threat, alright. Definitely bigger than Aizen and everything else, okay? Oh yeah, they finally invaded as well. Again, episode 93. This is the Rukia who will go up in the next arc, alright? Still, it's the next arc, but still. She goes up against too many things. I think it's Arankar number 8, but still, she goes up against that. That's crazy thinking about this. And how she gets manhandled by a random bound out of all things. Episode 94, the end of the episode is pretty cool, where Byakuya and Kariya came in front of each other. Episode 95, once again I have to ask, how strong is Kariya? Because he gets defeated by Ichigo's Bankai, I'm pretty sure. Episode 96, yes, that's what I want to see. Byakuya defeated Kariya just like that. Episode 97, wait, I realized that Arantau looks just like Yoshino in episode 97. Okay, I didn't realize that in the previous episode. Episode 98, Kenpachi fights Ichinose, the same person I was talking about, who actually was a pretty interesting character. Sadly, that's the end of his arc, sadly. Episode 99, Kariya makes his way into the Serete finally. Episode 100, again, it's hard to believe that Soifon is having a hard time, but again, this one is explainable, that she had been poisoned. So it's pretty explainable. But that still doesn't mean that she loses to a bound. She's also pretty strong. Somebody who went up to Yoruichi, even though she lost against Yoruichi, she went to somebody who went up against Yoruichi. And Yoruichi is pretty strong, let me tell you that. Episode 101, it's just a good old maniacal Mayuri, honestly. He is a freaking maniacal shithead, and I love it. Episode 102, Uryu. Episode 103. Man, Uryu is so cool. I'm really sad that he only gets to shine finally in the final arc of Bleach. Episode 104. Hitsugaya and Koga kind of have a meh fight. Didn't really like it. Episode 105. Who's surprised by this point that Fanta was a traitor who aided bounds against the Soul Society? Uryu loses his power again in episode 106. Not really surprised by that. Hey, look, the main characters arrived. Yeah, it's Ichigo this time around. And finally, episode 109. Everybody is just in deep thought. Like, really, they just think deeply and talk deeply. I don't know what else to say about this episode. That's all there is to it. And that basically does it for this video. This is just part 1. If you want another one, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I will put out another one if you guys give me enough likes and enough views on this video. I'm just saying, depending on your responses, I might make another one of this. And it's very minor spoilers here and there, and maybe some major here and there. But I did want to put this out since I've been seeing that my Bleach video has been doing well. And I haven't done anything about it since 3 years. I didn't put any kind of Bleach stuff. And Bleach is out right now, the second season of Bleach. You guys should definitely check it out, definitely. Bleach, the second season, or final arc, one would say. It's well done. It's really well done. I love it right now. And it's definitely like my second or third best anime of this season, because I definitely think Mob Psycho is the best one of this season. But I don't know, between Chainsaw Man and Bleach, I'm very like up and downish on that. But I will say this, for anybody who's watching Bleach right now, you're lucky. You're lucky to watch Bleach, because there's some seriously good stuff in this final arc. And as somebody who has read the whole manga of Bleach, ooh, I hope they don't rush things, because right now they're doing a lot of things that the manga did wrong right. I think so, that's what's important. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I talked too much in this video, and I will continue talking more. Next time around, we'll start from 110 to 189, which ends with another filler arc. So yeah, hopefully you guys will stick around for that as well. And I hope wherever you are, you guys are safe. So, until next time, peace out.